Good evening. Welcome to Do It on this Sunday. Who doesn't like a little banjo music on a Sunday afternoon to wake them up, right? Hello and welcome. That's weird. I have my other stream over there. Anyways, want to say hello and hello. Brendan Wilson was the first one on like an hour before the stream, so early bird gets the worm. So I owe you a worm, Brendan. We have Joe Velasco on here and 3D printed newbie Milan. Hello, hello, hello. And hello, Canadian friend Jess, and hello, American friends, and everybody. We have The Apprentice, Dominic Versetto. Who else is popped on? That's it so far. That's everybody. You love bluegrass. That's great music to kind of open a stream to. I kind of like that. I have a few different openings. I like combining them. So, anyways, we're here tonight to continue the build we kind of started last week. Last week, I just kind of unboxed the new build with the new red frame. We labeled some extrusions so that there's no issues with getting mixing them up like I did on the first build. And and I've been printing parts all week. Actually, this printer just finished, and it was perfect timing because it said it was 90 minutes, and I started this 90 minutes before the stream, and this just finished. Printing a few more parts. I'm doing a few different colors on this one, and boy, can you ever smell the ABS when you open that door. But we just finished printing a few parts off this, so I'm going to pop these off. Oh, like that. I had put some nanopolymer adhesive on them to ensure good bed adhesion, and did it ever give me good bed adhesion? So yeah, there we are. So that is the, we're printing parts for the new Voron on the existing Voron. So red color hides the blood. It does. It does. So we're just going to get the guts off this plate, and then we're going to move this printer aside, and we're going to get going on the on this build. And I haven't done anything in between builds. So last Sunday I organized the parts. The only thing I've done in between, which I obviously am not going to do live, is I printed a bunch of parts for this. So I was expecting some filament from a local or from a Canadian supplier here to do this frame in. I was going to do it in a PC nylon, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, the filament never showed up. It's supposed to be here this week. Well, these parts are kind of interesting. Anyways, it was supposed to be here last week, but it's not going to be here till next week. So I'm going to just use the filament that the parts that I initially printed for the new red frame. Let me just for a second now put this out of the way. I'm going to unplug that. We're going to move this guy out of the way here. There we go. So we can pretty much concentrate on what we have to do, the job at hand here. So where we left off last time was we pretty much left off at the beginning. So I'm going to basically start. Now I've got a couple different camera angles tonight. I'm hoping they're going to work. You guys let me know. We plan to build the upside down printer that fits in a filament box. Oh, that would be so cool. Somebody, you were talking to me about that, or you were mentioning that. I remember you talking about that, and I think somebody at the Maker Faire was talking about that too. Or was it you? And somebody was talking to me about that, saying that they're building one, and they're going to design one with an internal power supply. Yeah, Mr. Winston, hello and welcome. I have a new light source here. Just because I need to brighten up the work area here a bit. So watch your eyes on the top left. It's going to get bright, but it's going to make my bench much, much brighter. So you guys tell me what view you like. I have kind of a view along the side like this. If I can get the microphone just out of the picture. There we go. So I have a view like this with me in the corner of just my bench. Then I have, and actually this upper picture is supposed to be, there we are, that camera pointing down on the bench like this. So this is one view. Then I have my four camera split view, which looks like this. So we have an overhead camera right here. And then we have my standard camera here. Then we have the close-up camera that's pointing from the bottom left. And then we have this camera kind of over my shoulder. So we can work with whatever you guys like. My microphone is stretched, but I'm pretty sure you can all hear me really well. And we're starting a bit early tonight just because I want to get a lot done. So I've got all the parts laid out here, and let's get going. So I have the manual open in front of me. And one of the first things we got to do now is put the linear rails, which we lubricated the linear rails last week on stream live. I had gone through the whole process of removing them and putting the PTFE grease on them. So these are all lubricated and ready to go. So let's get at her, and I'll keep an eye. I have the chat right in front of me here. I can I have chat here, and I have the manual right here, so I can keep an eye on both. And let's just have fun and let's do some building. So we need the linear rails, and for that we have, if I can find, I laid all the pieces out here nicely. Let's just bring all these extrusions off to the side. Okay. And there we go. So I need to find those little, so we didn't have to print the little nut holders that they say in the manual, because the LDO kit comes with the those rails. Now, I had everything in front of me. Where could I have put that? Oh, there they are right here. There we are. I know I didn't put things too far aside. So some of the kits come with the you have to print these things. So you would have to print these little guys here, and you'd have to insert nuts and put them in. But the LDO kits come with these pre-tapped rails that go into the extrusions for attaching the linear rails. So that's a nice touch. That's a really good feature. Okay, so we need those, and then we are going to put the E extrusion. We're going to put one in each of two E extrusions, which are right here. Okay, and the E extrusions have holes on the side, and these linear rails go on the portion with the holes on the side. And yeah, I just like to make sure that I know what I'm doing. So, how's everybody's week been? It's been a week here. I should have some tunes going in the background here as well. Let's see if I can turn some music on here. Let's go here. And if this gets too loud or too crazy, let me know. Let's do Feeding the Ducks. I don't know. You guys let me know if that's too loud, too low, too disturbing. So we're going to throw these guys in like so. That's where we're going to attach linears, and we need M2x6. M2x6 screws, and they're the tiny guys. I've got all my screws laid out here. There we are, M2x6s. And I'm going to pull myself over a magnetic holder so that I can just dump these out without worrying about losing them. So yeah, I think if you're on a PC, this 4-split screen view looks like it's pretty good. I'm just looking at it over here. But if you're on a mobile phone, it might not be so easy. But you guys let me know. I can accommodate any request for the most part. So we are doing the E extrusions, MG7 rails, and then we're going to need our two printed pieces, which are the rail. The spacers for the rails. So I got a whole bunch of Sparkle Cloud printed pieces, and I've also decided I'm going to add some black and white pieces to the Sparkle Cloud to go with the red rails. I think that would look very sharp. So let me pour out my pieces just over here. There we go. Just over by the keyboard here. And I'm going to find those little rail guides. It's a lot of pieces, and we print a lot of pieces to do this build. And yeah. And I think somewhere in here in this mess is my second rail guide. There's one right here. And where is the other one? I know it's here. There it is, because I did an inventory of all my pieces this week to make sure I haven't been missing any. So looks fine on a 45-inch TV. It would, Dominic, for sure. Yes. Actually, that's an excellent view on a 45-inch TV. That's bigger than the monitor I'm looking at there. So there we go. So we're going to have one linear rail on here, one linear rail on here. There's two I wanted to save specifically for my Z, and that was those ones. Or are these the Z rails? Let's see. Oh, these are the Y rails. Okay, good. Okay. I need my little hex driver, my hex wrenches, and I believe it's the white one we use for these. 7 people watching. That's all right. It's yeah, that's the right one. Okay, let me make sure the carriages are designed to slide along the rail easily. It's unfortunately sliding off the rails, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay. Mind the access hole position. Yes. We do our best to cut out things. How can I zoom in on this window? I just want to zoom in a bit. Where's my zoom? There we are. Just going to zoom in on my window a bit here because this monitor is a little bit away from me. There we go. Oh, thank you. You like the shirt? Where's the best? Which is the best camera? There we go. That was inspired in the bottom left there. Thank you. Well, we all know who that was inspired by, and that was inspired during the rat rig build when I struggled a couple times. And then Mr. Tech Support, I joke because I can, pipes up and says, now do you want to know the easy way to do it? So now I try and find the easy way before I get that far. Yeah, that's a great shirt. I should make them and sell them I should sell them. I should open a merchandising site and sell this shirt as well as a few others that I've got in mind. So we'll see. But it's not easy to sell shirts these days because they cost so much for shipping. Locally, it's great because I can make my own and deliver locally. So, oops. I guess I can only put these in where there's a hole. We do our best to cut all things out that might bite you in the assembly process and doubt refer to as CAD model. Yeah, there we go. So we just got to be mindful of the hole there. So I know there's a measurement. I have to measure these in a certain distance as I go here. So. And I think, and then we have to pop the, no, there's nothing under that one, and there's nothing under that one, no. So I just have these little rail guards on here just to stop these from going off. Keep them on as long as I can. So get that one going, and we'll get this one going. And I'm on the right side here, good. I'm paranoid about making sure I have everything the right way around now. Jason, how are you? We just had we haven't done much. We're just putting in the linear rails now. Need to come up with some I think less boring music eventually, because this will just repeat itself until somebody says, man, can you change the music? And I will. So we are going with the MDX Mini. Anyways, we're going with a little different feeder / extruder than the kit came with. The Bondtech MGX Mini, I believe. And I've printed most of the parts out for that. There's one section there that I don't really understand. They've actually got alternative parts for the bed, which I'll look at that after. We'll look at that after, but I don't really understand exactly why they've given alternative parts for the bed. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Something to do with the y-axis movements and stuff. So, anyways, okay. So we've put these in. Mind the carriage design, slide along the rail easily. This unfortunately also includes sliding up. Okay, so that makes sense. So now we're going to go to the next page. And we have 38 millimeters. I need to get my calipers. Here we go. Okay, so we want to be 38 millimeters in from the hole to the end of the rail. And we're going to align them with these linear rail alignment tools before we tighten them down. Let's get this at 38 millimeters. $39, $37.9, $38.86. There we go, 38 millimeters. Give or take a tenth of a millimeter. There we go. We'll tighten these down, and we will come in 38 millimeters. Now is when we're going to put the alignment tool on. And this alignment tool, there we go. We'll do our 38 millimeters. I think I can actually there we go, 38 millimeters right on the bottle, right there. Okay, and then we'll snug these down. There we go. So I got some news. This won't be my last Voron build. I am going to be building a 2.4 R2. There we go, that's one. So that's kind of exciting. I'm going to be doing another Voron build. I've kind of drank the Kool-Aid, if you want to put it that way. And let's get our 38 millimeters here. I love, since I found out about, I had no clue you could, there was a measurement on the back of the caliper that's for measuring, it just helps measure distances like this. When you put it on the very back of the caliper. Anyways, when I got this caliper, came with all kinds of pretty cool instructions, and it's nice and big. I can read those, glasses on or not. I mean, so it's pretty cool. It's a nice caliper. Anyways, and I did not know about the that there's 4 ways to use these calipers actually. So I knew of the 3, but I didn't know about the 4th way. So as they say, you never stop learning. And I've been using calipers for a long time. Never knew about that 4th way to do a measurement. So come on. And that one. There we go. There's our two Y rails all done. Okay. We'll put that aside. You read the instructions? Yes, actually. Well, it had instructions, and this is the only set of calipers I've ever bought that also came with a calibration certificate showing that they were calibrated. It's a company called Clockwise Tools. The best set of calipers I've ever had. Great calipers. You can hook them up to your phone, etc., etc. But it was a video on their site when I was researching them. It was a video on their site saying 4 ways to use your calipers. So Plus, I did read the instructions. Yeah, sometimes that helps. So, okay, we have that 38 millimeters in, preventing mishaps. Now, what we do is we during assembly, some rail ends won't be supported by the stoppers to prevent the carriage from sliding off the rails, blah, blah, blah. If the rail does not have these pins, leave the last screw slightly loose to act as a stopper, which we did. Alternatively, we use some tape to fix the carriage. So now we need to put, now it wants me to put some of these end stoppers on here anyway. So I have a whole bunch of these guys printed. These little stoppers for the rail, and I'm going to have to insert some nuts. I printed a whole crap load of those nut assist things for the square and hex nuts. They're in white, so they're really hard to see. But I printed a whole box of those things. So I got more than enough to do me. So, yeah. And this is going on the end, on the short end. So where is my, I need some square or hex nuts. Let's use the hex nuts. There's my hex nuts. I will put up a link. I will, Milan, I'll put up a link for those. I'll do that during the stream sometime. Just remind me and I'll throw a link up for sure. I'm not affiliated at all on Amazon, so there's no, I get nothing from it other than helping people find some nice calipers. So, but I will do that. If I forget, remind me, but I probably won't forget. I got a pretty sharp mind for a almost 60-year-old, so not doing too bad. Okay, so let's throw this in here. And we'll throw another one in here. These little nut cheaters are awesome. They save a lot of hassle. And on this one, we need some M3x8 screws. So we have M3x8s right here. That's the most popular size screw used in this kit. Button head cap screws, M3x8s. I got tons of them left over from the last build. And that's going to require my little green hex key. Okay. This guy goes on this way. Whoops. So there's one. So all we did is on the bottom, we put the rail stop on the bottom, that piece. Even though I still have those black plugs in there that I'll just leave in there as an additional rail stop just so they don't slide off the end. And I don't end up chasing little tiny ball bearings all over the floor, which would be virtually impossible to gather up. So 3 sizes, 12, 8, and 6 inch. Oh, the calipers? Yeah. The one I got is a 6 inch. Is it? Yeah, I think it's a 6 inch caliper. Don't need anything longer for the kind of work we do here. It's 150 millimeter. Okay, so those must be done by now. Let's see. Let's make sure. So we have those stops. Top stops, I don't think they said to put anything in. I'm just looking at the instructions here. There we go. Now we're doing the Z rails. There we go. Now the Z rails. So we'll put those aside. Now we need Z rails, which are C. So I mean, I had this brilliant idea last week, Jason, to label all my rails with tape. Make sure so I'm not guessing. So yeah, just wanted you to know that. That's a great idea I came up with. Okay, my Z rails, and these ones go with the holes on the top, making sure. There we go. So let's throw our inserts in, our rods. And that's one that I want to use for Z, and I think this is the other one I wanted to use for Z. I think they're all about the same. One of them rode a little easier. They're all very, very well lubed, these guys, so I think regardless of what I use, we're good. So we'll throw some screws in here. This is the boring part, right? I mean, but again, it's... Remember when I did the rat rig, I did all these linear rails off camera, but live and let live. At least this gives you an idea of what's involved. And that way people watching can say, hey, you're doing something wrong, you doofus. Oh, well, thank you, Jason. Appreciate that. Jason just threw the link up there for the calipers, folks. And he probably even threw the American link up for you, which I think mine was .ca, so. Thank you very much, Jason. Okay. And these ones I know are going to require a measurement as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 screws in each. As determined by... Hello, Jerry. Hello, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just YouTubing on Sunday night, guys. I'm not Twitching on Sundays. I've decided to leave Twitch for my Monday to Saturday stuff. And we're just Twitching on Sundays. Or on the YouTubing on Sundays. But I think I can be forgiven for that choice, but hey. I thought there's no sense competing, not that it's a competition, but there's no sense, forcing people, hey, I want to watch this, but yet, there's other people on Twitch I want to watch. Although you can have several windows open, but yeah, it's all good. That way it's everybody who comments on the YouTube stream can be seen, because back when I dual stream, if you're on Twitch and you're commenting, the YouTube people can't see unless they have a Twitch window open as well as the YouTube window. So. Okay, let's see. So we got these in, and we have them in the right way so that the holes are facing up. And now we're going to go to the next page. And they want these to be positioned 33 millimeters from the end. So let's go ahead and set our calipers up. 33 millimeters. $32.85, $33.02, 33. Come on. There we go. 33 on the nose. Not 01, 33. No, not 01. There we go. 33. So let's get our alignment tool on here. And let's come in 33. 33 from this end. Okay. I'll tell you, I'm a lot more confident coming into this build. Oh, because I've done it before. Whereas the first time building this 01, I was a little nervous. It was my first Voron, right? So, but it's nice to have the experience of this build. So let me double check my 33. We're good. So whoops, 33 on this guy. There we go. And that first V01 has been printing all week parts, and it's printing excellent. It's been printing so good. I had one print fail. Not fail in a sense. First layer didn't stick well, and after a while, but it was my own fault. I've been using nanopolymer adhesive, but I did about, oh gosh, I'd say 20 or more prints, and I hadn't refreshed the surface of it. So it was my own fault, because you have to refresh that every so often. So I cleaned it, reapplied my NPA, and it's been great. Not that I needed the NPA, but it's just there as a I don't know, like an insurance certificate, I suppose, so that I know it's going to stick. I don't have to worry about it at all. Okay, there's those two, and then we want to put in the end stops on both sides of this with the M38 screws. So we need 4 of those end stops, 1, 2, and I always print a lot of extra of these things because they're such small pieces. Why not print extra? Because I have a tendency of dropping stuff, and I either lose it or I'm too lazy to bend down and pick it up. So, and there's my 4th one here. So I need 4 more nuts and 4 more M38s. Am I going to give away one? Joe, you know, if it wasn't for the fact that the shipping would probably cost more than the printer itself, maybe, but no, I think no, I'm going to be donating a couple printers. So to be honest, I'm going to be donating a couple printers to a local it's called the STEP Foundation, and it's basically teaching kids and people technologies. Where did my nuts go? I have misplaced my nuts. They're probably right in front of me. I can't believe I just said that. They were right in front of me. My nuts were right here. Heck's not right here. But I'm going to be donating a couple of my printers to this one organization. They're ones that need a little bit of TLC, but it's good because they can teach the people how to give these printers the TLC they need. One of them is the I don't even remember the name. It's that big yellow. It's a yellow box printer. Anyways. And then I'm going to be selling a few of my printers, I've decided, including the, and I know people might say why, but I'm probably going to sell the CR30. I can sell it and probably make a little bit more than I paid for it, since I did get on the Kickstarter campaign early on. So I'm going to be selling that, and for sure. But it'll go for a heck of a price, because as you all know, it's pretty much brand new. I've done 1 or 2 prints on it to test it. Print's fine. I just honestly don't see a need. That is tight. That is really tight. Whoops. There we go. I don't see a need on a regular basis for me having that kind of a printer. So yeah. So that may go as well. And I'm going to basically narrow myself down. I've got too many printers right now, and I had a lot because when my channel started out, I wanted to build printers and I wanted to learn about all the printers because I was learning as I went. And so, you know, getting all these printers, building them, learning them, it's basically all done now. Now I'm into these kits. I'm into the Vorons, the rat rigs. Who knows what's next? And I think it's time I narrow down my printer inventory to printers that are going to be, number one, reliable, ones that I'll use for business, you know, and ones that are again, well, reliable for the most part, and that I can count on to do a good job, which most people would say. And I just dropped a screw, of course. Fortunately, I think I have lots of spares. And any printer can be reliable and be counted on for sure, but I find that these ones I'm building are more reliable for me. And if something happens, I know exactly where to look as to what's going on with it, for the most part. So that's kind of where I'm at with that right now. Okay, there's that, and I believe this one just fits in. Oh, that hole. So that's covering that hole. That can't be good. Let's see. Okay. I'm just looking to see because it doesn't, I'm trying to remember from last time. I don't think, yeah, I can't use the nut insert on this particular piece because what'll happen is it'll cover that little hole on the bottom if I use the little nut insert thing. So I just have to use the nut itself on this so that that little insert thing doesn't stick out too far to cover that hole for when this is going to be mounted to the, there we are. Yeah, anyways. And I believe I had to do that last time as well. Anyways, that's sort of where I'm at, is I'm looking at selling some printers, cleaning up the studio a bit, although that's still, okay, that might just be a temporary, but I can still at least reach that hole now. Okay, so I have that one done. Let's pop this out. But no, long and short of the answer is I don't think I'm going to give these away. These are going to be two of my workhorse printers. A lot of jobs I get a call for at my other business for 3D printing involve parts that'll fit on a V01, and it's a reliable enclosed printer. I can reliably print ABS. I've been printing ABS all week on it. And it works extremely well. So I think I'm going to keep the Vorons, and including the new one I'm going to be doing after this. So I'll have the two sizes. I'll basically have the small, you know, the 120 millimeter, this 0. I'll have the 300 millimeter covered with the 2.4, the 2.4 R2, and I'll have a 500 millimeter bed in the rat rig. And then really the Prusas. And I think, I kind of think that may be all the printers, unless I get sent printers in the future. And I'm just saying, if I get sent printers to work or test, then yeah, I'll build them, I'll do them, and I'll use them. Will I keep them? I don't know. May end up giving them away, but I just don't use the ones that I have on the floor right now from as I was growing my channel. So I figure, why keep them? Let's give them a home where they can be better put to better use, and I'll have a good inventory of printers that are reliable that I can use to print actual customer work. So that's kind of where the future's looking for here. Hey, Chris Mink, how are you? Okay, so we have our Z rails already here. Let me just double check to make sure there's nothing else I got to do. There was no nuts I was supposed to insert prior to this. No. I think we're okay. And now we're on to the next one. Now we're going to do the F extrusion, and we're doing the bed carrier now. So, okay. So there's our Z's. Now the bed parts, I have this part here, and this part here for the bed. Doing good, thanks, Chris. So I want to show you guys the only difference. So let's see. Let me pull up a window here. Bear with me 1 second. I'm going to pull up a slicer here. Now let's pull up this slicer. I'm just gonna. I think Jason may or may not be able to answer this question, but he generally can answer a lot of questions, and anybody else who's maybe worked with this can. I want to show you the difference now, and I don't know if there's an advantage to doing this or not, but Z-bed adjustable. So what they're calling it on the, here we go, there and there, and if I bring in the bed mount, front bed mount, and if I bring in the rear bed mount left and rear bed mount right, so I'm just going to show you the difference between these pieces. Now, as y'all know, I'm putting the the Bondtech LGS Light extruder on here, and all these parts came from the LGX Light, the Bondtech site, with a link, of course, to the GitHub. Now, if I share, excuse me, if I share this screen, so actually, let me first go to the close-up screen here. So the main difference, if you look at the bed, the main difference in these right now, if you look at the hole, okay, for the bed, we have 3 basically round holes, okay, and then on the on these pieces, so these are the other corners of the bed, again, just round holes, okay, and then again round holes, okay. So now if we go ahead to screen 1 and we have a look at the slicer here, you'll see the big difference here is on this piece, it's a slotted hole. So it's got the round hole, slotted hole, oops, and a round hole, and then on the back corners of the bed, it's got a slotted hole here and a slotted hole over here. So almost like it's adjustable, but why would I need to adjust? My question is why? Why would I need to adjust that? Anyways, I think I'm just going to go with the standard one for now. I don't think that is a necessary parts to print and replace in order to use that LGX Light extruder. I wouldn't think, because it's really nothing to do with the extruder, it's to do with the bed. So we're getting our E extrusions, which I didn't mark because they're the short extrusions. There's 3 of them. 1, 2, what is that third one for? It's going across the back. Yes. Okay. So these E extrusions are all the same. Anyways, if anybody knows what difference those slots make and why you would want to make that adjustment, I'd be curious to know. It's called a Z bed adjustable Y offset. I'm kind of mystified because they don't really give an explanation as to why you might want that. So let's see, Jason's saying, and I knew Jason would have an answer, which is great. He's saying sometimes you can't get the full 120 millimeters on the V01, so that you move the bed around a bit to better align the bed to the nozzle. Okay, makes sense. Okay. I'm still going to go with this one because if I'm missing a millimeter or two, I'm not going to cry. But that makes perfect sense. Well, that's good to know then. So that allows you to move the bed in conjunction with the nozzle versus... okay, your bed is adjusted to 118 by 118 because you didn't use the adjustable parts. Okay, so but are you really missing 2 millimeters on the parts you print, right? You've got, like most of us have, another printer you can throw it on if it gets to be that close. And do you really want to go that close to the edge of your bed? I mean, where would you put your skirt line? Anyway, so we need some M3 by 12s. Okay, so let's find my M3 by 12s right here. Button head cap screws. BHCS. So far, I haven't had to insert any nuts yet. So not missing. Yeah, you're not missing your 2 millimeters. No. Yeah. Okay, so these go with the holes. Let me just make sure, because I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they go with the holes in the bottom, of course. Okay, so we put this in here. And this goes in the end. Why do I think I'm missing something here? Why do I think I'm missing something? Bear with me. Wrench access. Okay. Hey, Karen, how are you? You're not telling me to preload nuts at this point. Okay, but I know I'm going to have to. Burn me once, shame on you. Burn me twice, I'm an idiot. Yeah, we all know that. And underneath, yeah, they don't really tell you that you're going to need nuts, but you do. Hex nuts. Let's use hex nuts. Come on. So just leave them. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump a bunch of these nuts out. There we go. So throw a hex nut in here. I'm not even going to use the cheaters on this one because these are too easy to line up. Famous last words, right? Okay, come on. Okay, what size screw am I using on these? M3/8. Let's throw some M3/8 out here too, since I have a big enough tray to hold all my different size screws. Oh, sure. The land of Vegemite and where everything can kill you. Yeah. Okay, we have that done. Okay, now on to the next step. Okay, G extrusion. What's this guy? We're going to need to preload something here. Preload 2 and preload 6. Okay, we're going to preload some nuts here. Let's get some square nuts going here. I don't want to make the square nuts feel left out. So let's get some square nuts going here. Okay, come on. Okay. 14 people. Wow, small crowd tonight. More room for the rest of you. So we're going to preload 2 underneath. Okay, 2 of those. Whoops, don't fall out. And we're preloading 6 on the same side as the hole. Hey, Duff. Hello, welcome. Sounds like somebody's ordered pizza. I have leftover steak and baked potato for dinner for when I'm done the stream from last night. I actually barbecued for the first time in a long time last night. I could not freaking believe the cost of a steak these days. My goodness. And that's I won't be I love barbecue steak. Anybody bought beef lately? It's outrageously expensive. Outrageous. Anyways. 4 5 $48 for 2. And I wouldn't call them massive. I'd say what, maybe 12-ounce steaks. They were nice steaks, but $48 for 2 steaks, if you can believe it. Okay, there we are. There's our preloads. Let's see. Why is my phone buzzing? That's just telling me there are people detected at the front doorbell. Someone is calling me. Yeah, it's the pizza. Mummy and Ethan get pizza. I get steak. That's because she ate her whole pizza last night. Yeah. You guys sick of this music yet? Let me change it up. Let's go with do some rock. There we go. Okay. Okay, so we need to, those on the bottom, and they're not giving me, what am I missing? I am missing something here. Oh, M3/8. Okay, I gotta load some M3/8s in the end here. Right here. And an M3/8 in here. The tree kangaroos were always super. You guys. And we're going to tighten this on here. We have access holes. Oops. Tell me that is not going to work through that. Oh, I have to use I have to use this guy. Aha. There we are. And this guy. Okay, you seem to be screwing far too long. There we go. Oh, dang, there goes my preloads. I just I just shot my preloads all over my table. Oh man, rated G, PG-14. Oh man, I can't believe I just lost all my preload. I'm just waiting for either Kieran or Jason to say something because one of them is gonna. There we go. Oh, Lord. That was funny. Hey, Zenbender. Hello. No worries. I was watching a bit of Steve builds earlier as well as I was preparing for this. So he has a few more watchers than I do because I have 14. He had 130 something. But I'm not nearly as popular a channel as most of these guys that build Vorons. So that's okay. I don't do it for the popularity. I do it for the friends. Now we're going to preload an M3 nut on each side on the inside of these. My preloads are a little bit loose in here, so these are loose preloads, which is okay. They slide around a little easier, but they also tend to slide out the ends. But that's okay. I have a feeling my hex nut preloads are a little tighter. Let's test that theory. Glad you're here, Zenbender. Keep everybody in line in here. Is it me or is the music skipping? Okay, that's annoying. Nuts and preloads will be lost. There we go. Here, let's make it sound like the maker channel. Okay, we have 6 preloads. There we go. Okay, so we are done this portion. And we're going to go to the next one. That's it. That's all we're doing for now on this. Okay, let's put this aside. Now we need my B extrusions. 2 Bs. 2 Bs or not 2 Bs. And the Bs have no holes in them whatsoever. Okay, so good. Can't screw those up. I bet you have. I'll bet. I can only imagine what's under my bench when I get the shop vac going, how I'm going to hear being picked up. Probably a thunk or two, too. Okay. Preload. Okay, I'm going to zoom in. My eyes. I'm telling you. There we go. Preload 2 M3 nuts. Okay, preload 2 additional M3 nuts between the ones added. Okay, I must have missed a page. Must have missed a page. Okay, why is that? Preload 2 additional M3 nuts between the ones added to fix the M3x6. Oh, I see. Okay. Now, do they want them in between? Doesn't matter. Okay. M3x6s. I need another couple different sizes here. So we're going to do some M3x10s in the ends. 3x10s and 4 ends. So where's my M3x10s? There's my M3x10s. So I've downloaded 4 M3x10s. I've downloaded, I hope, most of the print files for the Voron 0.4 R2. I thought there was a lot of printed parts for this build. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of printed parts for that one. Yeah. I haven't started printing them yet. I haven't decided what colors I want to do, but oh, wow, there's a lot of parts. Okay, we have the M3x10s in the end. Oh, there's a chip out. Oh no, that's a piece of. I thought there was a chip out of my extrusion. M3x6s. We're going to load 2 in each, and then we're going to load an additional 2 M3 nuts. Okay. So M3x6s. Two in each. 1, 2. Now they want those 2 additional nuts loaded in between the two that I'm doing. Okay, which makes kind of sense. Attach the stepper mount in a later step. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so we will throw in a total of 4 in here. 1, 2, 'Yeah, a lot of preload accidents going on. These preloads, for some reason, are very loose. That's okay. I will deal. It seems like the hex ones are more snug than the square ones. Okay, M3x6. I need 4 of these. 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're going to pre-screw M3x6s onto the outside 2 here. 1, 2. Come on. There we go. Three. 4. Wonder if anybody's ever built. You guys out there have built these. Do you ever get to a point? I guess if you build so many, but do you ever get to a point where you don't read the instructions? You just grab your parts and you know what to do. I can't imagine that. Even though I built one not long ago, it still all feels new. So, okay. Okay, we have these ones done. Now we have, okay, I gotta get my window, there we go. Okay, what are you telling me here? That's the one we just did. We're going to preload. Okay, so if you're planning on running Bowden, which I'm not, total of 5 M3 nuts into the left upright extrusion. The extruder can be mounted to those later. No, I'm not planning on running Bowden, so I don't need to worry about these. So these are, so but which side are these going on? Why do these instructions look different than my last ones? I wonder if there's different versions. They're not even telling me which rails I'm supposed to be using. Are those the Z's or the Y's? Oh, they probably were, yeah. Considering my active printers, which model would you recommend as a first printer? Not considering purchase price. As a first printer for somebody who's never printed or never owned one, if you're not considering price, I would not recommend a kit like this as a first printer. Take that back. Not a kit like this, but as one of the first printers I bought, and I'm glad I did, was the Prusa MK3. I bought it as a kit. Came with really, really good instructions and really, really good support to build it. So if you're not worried about price, and if it fits within your size, I'd say an MK3 myself. It's not as complex a kit as one of these is. It's a kit, and it's about an 8-hour build as it is, but it's a good, reliable printer. Probably, I mean, it's still going, still kicking strong. So that's, if price isn't an issue and you want quality, then I'd say a Prusa MK3. If not for anything else, for the service you get, the customer service. Yeah, but keep an eye on this new X1 that's coming out. That looks quite interesting. I'll be interested to see how that goes, how the Kickstarter campaign goes, and I'll be interested to see how the first models that are delivered how they work. I'm not getting involved in that one out of the get-go, even though the price is excellent. So, but keep an eye on that X1 by, I forget the company name now, but that's an interesting printer. That could very well be the next plug-and-play printer from what I've been seeing. So, but again, I wouldn't recommend that as the Kickstarter. I want to see how it actually works in the real world, going into new hands. So, I'm kind of confused here as to, I want to look at something. Bear with me 1 second. I have a feeling. Why does this build manual look different than the last one that I used? And I don't think it is. It shouldn't be. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me not thinking straight right here. Preload 1M3 nut. But which one am I doing? So maybe if I go to the next page, it'll give me an idea. Okay, this, I think I'd remember this from the last time. I don't know if this is going on the bottom or the top, or does it matter? Because those are my Z rails. Yeah, it does matter. Okay, let me look. Let me cheat. Okay. What I'm struggling with here, can I share this display? Yeah, I can. Is I've got my B extrusions here, and I've preloaded these two plus the 2 preloads in the middle. I've got all my bolt nuts in the end, but they're not telling me clearly unless I look at this picture. I understand what I'm going to do here, but I'm not quite sure if the extra preloaded nuts are going on the bottom or the top of the Z, and it makes a difference. That's why I think the instructions from the last, when I did this last time, I think the instructions were a little different. But I can't find where's the document I did from last time then? No, that's it there. KPS3 is a good one, yeah. Change the music? Yeah, I can. Let's try that one. If it's annoying, I can turn the music right off too. I just have to have a quick peek here. Now I've lost my... There we are. Oops. There's the window I want right there. I just have to check. For some reason, I think the other manual I had was different. So bear with me 1 second, folks. It's probably me. But that just looks different. It's not really giving me the information I want. Right there. Maybe that's the one there. Let's open this one and let's just see. Yeah, it's definitely different. Okay, because I missed a whole step here. Okay, so okay, let's go back. They've updated this. For some reason I have an older version of the manual, so I'll show you why. They've definitely updated it. So the one I'm looking at right now, which I got off of GitHub with the parts, if I go down, for instance, to page, where are we? 9, 10, 11, 12. And if I go on this one here, okay, and then let's go to page 13 on here. Oh, hang on a minute. Is it just me being an idiot? Hang on a minute. No, because I did not Okay, something's, bear with me 1 second, guys. I get there, and there. Okay. No, it's just, oh, man. Why am I missing it? It's my age. I'm blaming it on my age. Yeah. There we are. So there's page 21. Okay, so here we go. So there's page 21 z-axis on this one, right? Okay, and if I look at the other one that I just opened, there's page 21 on the z-axis. Totally different. And then page 22 and page 22, totally different. So this is the manual I want to go by right here, because it makes a whole lot more sense, this, to me, than this. Okay, anyways, I'm glad it's not, I wasn't being dumb and imagining it. So it is different. So I'm assuming this is a more updated version of the manual, because this makes a whole lot more sense. Although it doesn't really, it probably says at the beginning. Okay, so good. We're going to go with this one. I'm going to close that one. And I missed a whole step up here, which I eventually got to do. I missed doing some inserts here, but once I get to that stage, I'll come back to page 13 and we'll work on that. Okay. Okay, we've got through here, so we're right here. Okay, there we go. That makes a whole lot more sense to me now. Okay. So we want our Z's to come this way. There we go. But I've got to take this off. This is in the way. Okay, there we go. And then on this one, I have to take this stop off because it gets in the way. There we go. There. See, that makes more sense to me when they display it like that. Okay. A whole lot more sense. Okay, I'm going to need to... Okay, now I got to read the next 4 pages before continuing. To keep the assembly images consistent, as easy to follow, we're showing them in an upright orientation. For ease of assembly, we recommend to assemble z-axis line flat. Yeah, and I will lie them flat when I'm... Okay, so let's read the next few pages. Before proceeding. So we got that one. We're going to preload on the back, 3M3 nuts on each side. Okay, we have the wrench access there. Direct versus Bowden is going to tell how many nuts we're going to preload. Okay. It still doesn't tell me why I preloaded those 2 extra ones and where they go. Stepper mount. Oh, they got to go at the bottom. Okay. Okay, they got to go at the bottom. So I just have to take these off. Okay, they go to the bottom for the stepper motor. Okay, so then I'm just going to put this one here. Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay, on the back side, we're going to preload 3 M3 nuts on either side. Okay. Hey, Q. Welcome. 1. If that music is annoying, let me know. I don't know. For some reason on my end, it sounds like it's coming in and out, but that could just be because I don't have headphones in or something. I have no problem turning it off, but I just figured for those silent, awkward times when I'm not talking, it's nice to have some music in the background. But it's pretty boring music, honestly. I need to come up with something a little better. Hell, my singing would probably be better than what's playing now. I don't know, half of you are going, please don't, please don't. Okay. It's repetitious, yeah. Might be better with just no music, I think. Let's shut it off for now. I wonder if I still have, I had a playlist. I wonder if I still have that playlist. Give me 1 second. Share video file. I think it was in my downloads. Oh, sure. Did my mouse just crap out on me? Oh, my mouse is too far away from the receiver. That's why, because I got it over on the other workbench. Downloads. No. No. Nope. I'll just shut it off. Yeah, audio is out of sync. Oh, is it? Okay. Let's shut this off. Okay. Let's fix that out of sync audio real quick for you guys here. I'll be back in a second. I don't think I lose audio. Boom. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I think we're back in audio sync now. Hopefully. Okay. So we've inserted preloaded 3 M3 nuts on either side. Okay. Oops, need my mouse. Wrench access, yeah, I know, we got wrench access. Use a 2mm hex drive to loosely tighten the screws behind the access holes. Don't worry about the exact position. It will be set up at a later step. You can use M3 fasteners to temporarily fix them in place to prevent sliding out of the slot. I know, okay. If you're planning on running a Bowden setup, preload an additional 2 for a total of 5 M3 nuts into the marked position. No, I don't need those extra ones. After you said it, it got better? Too funny. Okay. Okay, so now we can come on the top and we can get the get these guys fastened in. Just snug. And snug. There we go. So there's our Z assembly. Okay. So I have those 2 preloads there for the stepper motor, and we have the 6 preloads in the back, which are for the. I don't remember what they're for. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Okay. Page 24. H extrusions. H and H. And these have holes in them on specific sides. Okay. And that's for nut access. From what I understand, Drop Dead Frederick, I asked the same question when I did my first build. They're just nuts. These are just these little plastic ones are just an additional thing you can print. They don't come with the kit, or they're not. They're something somebody made. And I think the reason instead of regular hammerhead version is they don't make hammerhead for this size extrusion, is from what I understand. So. Okay, that's kind of what I understand is why they do that. Why did this one? Oh, I see. That's just not snug. Okay. Because yeah, the hammerhead nuts would obviously make a whole lot better sense, but if they don't have them for this size, yeah. And then if you don't have some sort of an adapter or whatever you want to call it, the nuts will tend to slide all over the place. So that's why somebody came up with these little square / hex nut assistants, I guess you want to call them, to help. Help them from sliding all over the place, which makes a really big difference. You don't like the hammerheads then? No? Well, these work. I mean, heck, this works fine. These do the job. I don't know what they have for the 2.4 build. Probably hammerheads, I'm sure, but that seems a little off. Now we're gonna do a square test here too, I'm sure. Okay. Okay. Build on a flat surface to ensure you get as square as possible. Tighten the screws in the left extrusion first. Okay, I didn't do that. So let's snug these up. I did these standing up and I shouldn't have. So we're just going to loosen these off a little bit. Whoops. Just loosen them off to ensure that it's nice and flat when I snug them. Got to read the instructions. I'm so guilty of not reading instructions thoroughly. Okay, on the flat surface. Okay. Tighten the left extrusions first. Make sure we are flat. Which we are. And this one. Barely tolerable with Loctite on them. Oh, okay. Come on. And then these ones. Okay. We're hoping my bench is flat. As they say, a granite. Glass or granite, but I'm hoping my bench is flat. I think it is. Okay. Now we're going to check squareness of this. So I have a somewhere. I have a square. Okay. It's kind of tough. Actually, I guess I could always turn this over and use my square like this. That looks extremely square to me. That is good. Although it's not difficult to get a frame this small square. Yeah, that looks yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So now we want, starting from the left, yes, Ken is saying another 0.1, different color. Yeah. And as well as the salad fork uses 1515, it's the mini trident. Okay, now I need to go 58 millimeters from the left, 58 millimeters from inside to this one. So let's go ahead and get 58 millimeters. Let's make sure we're zeroed still. We are. 58 millimeters. Come on. Come on. There we go, 58. Lock it in. There we go. Okay. 58 millimeter top and bottom. From the left side, which is my right now because I turned it upside down, because it's going to be easier for me to use the calipers. There we go. Now, a smart person would print himself a couple spacers for this, but I'm not the smartest person, so. $58. $58. $58. Okay. And then 54 in between. Let's go to 54. There we go. Okay. And 54 on the bottom. Fifty-four. 54. And we'll confirm it should be 127. 127 from here to here. 127.01. 1/10 of a millimeter. I think I can live with that. 127.01. And it's bouncing. So I think we're good. Just out of curiosity, that was the 58. Is it 58 here? .08. Yeah, very close. Okay, so there we go. Okie doke. Oh, it looks like it's a lot wider. Oh, that can't. Oh, there. I see what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, that one. Yeah, it looks a lot wider, doesn't it? This one versus this one. Yeah, but if I stand that up, it's oops, where's that camera? Yeah, if I stand it up, it's a lot better. Yeah, that's kind of a distorted angle. Okay. No, you can't get much closer than that by hand. It's pretty good. It's pretty accurate. So that's good. Now that it's good. You're obviously making sure that these linears are parallel for the z-axis, so there's no binding. Okay, for best results, only measure starting from the left extrusion, which we did. Okay, page 26. We are going to put our bottom end stops back in. The ones I pulled out. That one. Come on. And this one. There we go. There's our Z-frame so far. Okay. I think this is where I may have to go back and put those heat inserts in, but we'll see. You know, everybody's just waiting for me to get to the heat insert part so I can burn myself. Oh no, this is where we're going to mount the, oh yeah, I think I needed to put some heat inserts. Let's see. Let me go back a bunch of pages and see if there was heat inserts going in the bed mounts. I don't remember. Right there. Yes, I need to put heat inserts in the bed mount. Okay, so I'm going to put the frame aside for a moment. I'm going to plug in my burning iron. Okay. That's a good idea. Let me plug in the burning iron. Because I will probably burn myself. Who knows? I will turn it on. We'll get our heat inserts. I think it's just 2 of them for this step right now. On this one back bed. So we're going to put 1 and 2. Should just do all the heat inserts while I got it, but I'll just follow the instructions. Then we're going to need the chain thingamadoober. Where did I put my chain thingamadoober? My chain guide. It's here somewhere. Under all my parts. It's not in there. I'll find it in a minute. Although I need it right now. Where did I put it? I had all my parts nicely laid out here. Oh, there it is, right in front of me. Little bag. And we need the, I think both ends are this. No, they're not the same. We're going to take the one off of this end. It goes on the outside, so this one right here is coming off. There we go. Okay, let's see if we're hot enough. Yeah, I think we're hot enough. Yeah, we're hot. Okay, and we'll push these inserts in. And this one. Love the included heat insert tool. I would not do them without it. Really, really helps. Just versus using just the tip of a soldering iron, because it makes super, super, super quick work of it. And then we were using, let's just scroll up here. I had M3/8. That's these ones here. To put the chain guide in, which goes up, so it's up. My FlashForge Creator 3 is over there printing the top hat in white. It's going to be an interesting build. It's going to be red, gray, and white, and black. May have some black in there too. I've printed a couple sets of parts in black. And then we have our chain guide here. So that, I believe, is all I need to do to prep that. Okay, now I can go back to that step that I was on. And let's zip down here. There we are. Okay, so we bring this back into the picture. And we put the, oh, come on. And this is going to take M2/8 and M2/8. Carefully apply a small amount of thread locker to the screws. Hidden screws. Okay, I don't believe they have pre-thread locked these screws. So I've just got to find these M3/8s. Oh no, M2/8s. There we are. No, they haven't pre-thread locked these, but I don't have thread lock, and I didn't do them on the last build, and they're fine. SHCS, so they're socket head cap screws. And we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these. And these are going to require my smaller, more precise. I believe it's this guy. Let's just make sure. And yes, it is. Okay. Into the lineage. Missed the hole. Missed the hole. I was screwing in midair. There we are. There's one. Clear nail polish. So does cross-threading. I went ahead and did these on the last one without it, and I was advised by a very good source that it's not necessary, but I think this is going to be fine. Oh, that hole is going to be hard. I should have pre-pounded this hole. Hang on a second. Oh, there we go. Okay. So now I just need to grab my handy-dandy tweezers. Oh, sorry, Mike. I just about gave the mic some tongue. We're going to put this in to this hole. I believe it's this one. There we go. And we come down the tiny, tiny, tiny hole here. And we put that one in. There we go. Okay, Jason, take care. What movie are you going to? Okay, why are you not finding the hole? Let's loosen this one off. Enjoy the movie. Pulley grub screws. Okay. There are a few. They do provide a few screws here where they've pre-treated them with thread lock, a blue thread lock. So thread lock. Okay, you're not going in that at all. Are you blocked? Okay, I got to take this off and see what's going on. Something not going on in the one hole here, so. Okay. Well, hang on a minute. Oh, okay. It is going on in that one hole here. Okay, we're good. Oh, interesting. Not the one about Kieran Clark. Well, have fun, Jason. Okay, there we go. Okay. And the other, did I put it over here already? I did right here. Let's make sure I can get through this hole, no problem. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. That's funny. I love it. I love this community. I love that we can joke with each other. Okay. And least but not last, well, yeah, it is last. Certainly not the least. There we go. Snug them up now. There we go. Okay. We have the screw access. Use the small access hole, long hex driver. Yes, we did that. We've got those in. Good. Now we're going on to page 28. Preload. Okay, so we've already done the preloads. Now they're doing the preloads at this stage on this guy. So we've already preloaded the we preloaded 6 M3 nuts on the end of this. And we've preloaded 2 M3 nuts. Oops, do I have this upside down? I do. And I just shot my preloads all over the place again. Preloads will be dropped. Okay, let me just... These preloads are a bit loose. I think we're going to get them figured out here soon. 1, 2. So 2 preloads are on the bottom. Come on, get in there. There we go. So there we go. Okay, 2 preloads on the bottom. And 6 preloads on the front. Okay, we're good. Oh, and 1 and 1 inside, and we've done the 1 and 1 inside. Okay, so we got all our preloads done for this step. Okay, we're going to M3/8 to load the front. Come on, mouse. My mouse, I think, is kind of either it's too far away from my receiver or the batteries are dying. I think it's too far away from the receiver. Okay, Apprentice, thanks for popping by. I appreciate it. Have a good night. So the 6 preloads are going to come in from the back. Okay, so we're dropping this in here. This in here. Here we go. And we're going to use some M3/8 nuts on the front here. 4 a.m. does come early. Those aren't quite lined up. I gotta get those preloads all lined up. So there we go. Let's just right there and right there. Got it. And I wonder what those tiny, tiny little holes below these are for. I wonder. I don't recall them coming into place last time. Coming into play last time, but obviously they did. Okay, there's that. Okay. Okay. And that's page 29, page 30. We've got M3/8s from the bottom. And we have 4 M3/8s from the back. And leave 2 preloaded nuts in the center. Okay. So we're going to push these preloads in to line up. There's 1. There's 2. Okay, and then we come in from the bottom with 2 M3/8s. One. Two. Okay. And then we're coming in from the back. Or from the back side. Ooh, I've got to get those preloads all lined up. Leaving 2 in the middle. There's 1. Those 2 look okay, and those are M312s. M312s. Right here. 4 of these. Yeah, that bed's not going nowhere with all these screws. So theoretically, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 screws holding in either side. Okay, and these other ones, I got to make sure they're lined up. They're missing there. Where am I going to find? How am I going to get those ones? Oh, what just fell out there? I just dropped one of my preloads somewhere. Where did that come from? Oh, right there. Okay, hang on a minute. Oh, I see what I did. Okay. That might be problematic. That might be problematic, but we'll see if I can't fix that. I see what happened there. Well, oh, you know what I did? I messed up. Okay. I messed up. I can fix it from the other end. Let's see if I cannot get these in from this end. These are tricky. I might be able to load these in without taking this apart. Just using tweezers, because these are so loose. Oh, that's going to be tough. Oh, maybe it'll work. Preloads just came out the one end is what's happened here. What a pain. What a pain. Oh, another one just fell out too. They're all falling out. They're just in there too loose. Crap. Where's that other one that's loose now? Oh, that's those ones. Okay. These. Well, I'm going to try. I'm just going to see what happens if I preload with nothing, with no assistant thing. Just going to preload the nuts themselves, let them slide loose around. That'll be a lot easier. I don't want to take this all apart again. The struggles. I wonder if it's going to be easier to preload hexes. Oh man, what a pain. There we go. 1. 2. 3. And 4. Okay. See if I can get these to work. The problem was that the other ones were just a bit loose. Now, it's a matter of getting it down to this end without coming out. And now see if I can catch that with a nut or with a bolt. Come on. Come on, make me happy. Caught it. Now, are there 3 left? There's 3 left. Okay, that worked. I can live with that. Okay. I think we have made some progress here. This is not a fast build by any stretch of the imagination. There we go. Okay, we have those all tightened and we have 2 preloads left. There we go. Good, 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 good. Feels good. Okay, so let's put you guys aside. That was a little bit of a struggle, but hey, we got through it. Okay. Okay, so we have, make sure there's 2 preloads located in the center, and there are. So now we're going to go on to page 31. Tramming. Okay. Check for any binding or snags when moving the bag carrier up and down the rails. The bag carrier must be able to move freely along the entire length of the rail. If it does not, loosen the blind joints of the extrusions that hold the right rail. You'll need to remove the rail stopper on the right extrusion to access the screw. Move the bed carrier along the entire length progressively until the blind, and tighten the blind joint. Should it start to bind, loosen the blind joints again and retry. Okay. So we're going to make sure, I'm going to remove these plugs. I don't need those anymore. And there is no binding whatsoever. Like that will, like that, and that will, like that. No binding. That just means that my other measurements were probably pretty good. So to me, that looks fine. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay. So I don't have to really worry about adjusting that. Did that all get on camera? I think it did when I did that. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so we're good there. That red and gray looks nice together, actually. Those colors go really well together. Okay. Okay, so we can go to page 32. Okay, we're going to preload. Okay, which rails are these we're using now? They're not telling me. Z-axis. Oh, we're going to remove the Z-axis uprights. Oh, okay. Extrusions were temporarily attached to help with the tramming. Oh, okay, so basically we're going to now, everything's trammed. Let me just make sure everything's snug. I don't want anything to come untrammed. Make sure these are snug. Okay. Yeah, they're going to be. And now we're going to remove the outer rails because they were there to hold everything in place. 1, because we have to preload some nuts now. 2. Okay, so we have this. Now we are going to preload 6 M3 nuts. So we're on the top. We're going to preload 6 along the top. Okay. It's awful quiet, but the music's too repetitive. So I'll just keep talking and yapping about whatever. 3, 4, 5. They make tea nuts for $15.50. They're sweet but pricey. Oh, spicy on the price, yeah. Well, of course, because they're probably in demand with these builds, right? So it's like, hey, let's go ahead and jack the price. People will buy them. 5 and 6. Okay. 6 across the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to add LEDs to this, but I'm not going to worry about the preloads because I'm going to use self-adhesive for the LEDs. I'm going to put inside this new one, I think. Yeah, we're going to worry about that later. 1M3 nut on the back. I'll do a hex nut for this one so it doesn't slide so easy. 1 on the back. Of course, the one that I say won't slide easy slides easy. Okay, so we preloaded those guys. What's next? Okay. Remove uprights, preload 6 and preload 1. I had a bad habit of the last build of actually not reading everything and skipping steps. Okay, now we're on the bottom. We're going to preload 6 nuts on the bottom. Okay. Get my square nuts out. V2, 2.4 R2. Should be shipping next week. Which I think is a nice step up from this. Then it gives me, then I have, the 120 volume. Then with that, I'll have a 300 volume. And then with my rat rig, I have a 500 volume. So I've pretty much got everything covered as far as sizes I'll need. And I think I'm going to sell off a handful of my brand name printers. Because I just don't need them. Like the biggest one I'm going to sell, I think, is my CR30. It was a good Kickstarter purchase, and I actually think I can sell it and make a little bit of a profit based on what I paid on Kickstarter. Especially if somebody local buys it. But because I got it for about half of retail price, and I can probably get $600 or $700 Canadian for it, which is not bad. It sells for about $1,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and one more. But with the building of the Vorons and the building of the rat rig, they give me some good quality. And then I have my Flash Forge, which is another good quality printer. But I have a good selection of quality printers for doing work for customers. So, okay, perfect. 2.4 was your favorite. I am, and I appreciate that. That's appreciated. You'll see my streams when I do it, and I may very well need help. I was overwhelmed by the amount of parts that I got to print for it, which I got to get going soon. So I'm going to hopefully start this week printing some of the parts. Okay, so we got preloaded 6 on the bottom rail here. Okay. I appreciate the offer for help, and I'll likely take you up on it. 34, page 34. Okay, now we're going to build a frame. Ooh, E-extrusions. So we need a couple E-extrusions. And they're the ones with the holes that are, holy holes on one side. Okay. Oh, there's only holes on the one side. Ah, that's because it's going to tighten on the end there. I see where we're going here. Okay, so. Okay, so we're standing this guy upright. There we go. We're taking our Y extrusions. Why? Because that's what they're telling me to do. Those are 2 E extrusions. Your 2.4 is BAB6. That's what you called your 2.4? Okay, so, oh, I see. So these are just going on here. That's going on here. Okay, so we're going to put this on here. Whoa! Oh, frig. Okay. I just dropped all my preloads. Crap. I'm trying to save them. They all went all over the floor. Crap-a-doodly. Why? I didn't even think of that. Ah. Okay, I'll pick them up later. There's nuts everywhere. Ugh. I bet I lost all of them too. I did. I lost all 12. Ah. Okay. Oh well. Welcome to live streams. Holy crap-a-doly. Better make sure I didn't lose. Oh, I think I lost everything on. Oh, frig. Oh well. Gotta laugh at it, right? Crap. Okay, well, nothing I can do. No sense crying over spilled milk or spilled preloads. Just got to be more careful. A taller kit and is in beta testing now. Very cool. I think moving forward, as I say, unless a company sends me something, which very highly unlikely, because I'm just a tiny channel with not nearly as much experience as the bigger guys, like the other guys in Canada, yada yada yada. Unless companies send me something to build, I'll likely never buy another basically brand name printer. I'd love to continue building my own, because I enjoy this. I really do. It's rewarding. They work really, really well. And I know exactly what's going into them. And I think I'm getting a little better quality. Because I control the quality of the parts, basically. And I needed one more in the back here. Can't believe I spilled all my nuts. Hey, John, we're working on another Voron 0.1. I was a couple steps ahead, but I just dropped all my preloads. Spilled them all over the floor. Okay, so we have the 6 and the 1. You got to be careful with your preloaded nuts and make sure you know which way they're going to spill. And try not to spill them. Okay, then we need 6 more. Good thing they give you extra nuts, although they're on the floor. I'll find them later. I just don't want to bend down there because the kind of luck I'm having tonight, I'll bend down, and when I get up, I'll whack my head on the bench or something. So why tempt fate? I watched Steve Build's video a little bit today before I came on. I saw him there and watched him for a little bit. And then he's one of the ones that gets the Voron sent to him and stuff. Him and Nero. They've got good channels, and they do really good streams. So maybe someday, you never know. But I've definitely become a Voron fan. So it's great. So at the Maker Faire I'm going to in July, now that I'm going to have 3 Vorons, hopefully I get the 2.4 built in time. That's the goal, is to have that. And the goal is to bring the 2.01s and the 2.4 to the show, and that's it. Maybe the Prusa, because, but that's it. I'm only bringing printers that are going to work really, really well. But it's basically going to be a Voron show for me. That's sort of the plan. Okay, the 1, 2, 3. There's my 6 preloads. Now, try not to do what I did last time. And a good way to prevent what I did last time is put this side on first. Okay. Find the hole. Use the right size hex wrench. There we go. Put the bottom one on now. No, those weren't my E's. Those are the sides. I want my E's. My E's. Let me go page 34. Yeah. I have the most amazing feeling of accomplishment and the joy when you see the machine turn a 14-hour print. Wow. I'm excited about that. You think you might pivot your YouTube content to what, John? To your renovation stuff, or? What are you thinking there? It's interesting. Now, if I turn this on its side, my preloads are going nowhere. I'm excited. I was excited just to see the print speed of this 0.1. I mean, to fabrication. Okay, yeah. You got to do what's going to make the most sense to you. And whatever. And that's why I'm not doing, I'm no longer going to do like crealities and focus and different things like that. As I say, if somebody sends me something and says, hey, can you put this on your channel? I'll say absolutely. But I'm not going to be buying anything. I'm not going to, now that I'm doing these builds. So, okay, now we need some M310s in the back of all four of these. M310s. Where did I put them? Probably hiding in plain sight, as I always say. Right there. Button head cap screws. Videos of printers and lasers if I am deeply interested. Yes, absolutely. The whole printer, what can I say? My philosophy lately has been, I do things a little bit different. Yeah, I live stream, I screw up, I make mistakes. That's kind of what my channel is based on. But the whole printer thing I think has been saturated on YouTube because there's so many people that do it. Like this new X1 that's coming out. Awesome printer. It looks so good. But, they've sent it to the larger makers or the larger influencers that have X amount of that. Well, there's one that doesn't have that many, but they've sent it to ones that have the large subscriptions. And it makes sense. And, but that's a saturated market because you only really need to look so many places. But then you also got to be careful about paid reviews and stuff. So I'm kind of like in the same boat as you. I think that if somebody sends me something, like, I will be honest about it. I've been approached by so many people. Ariane approached me, and they texted me from Ariane, said that we want to send you we want you to try our filament on your channel, blah 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 blah. Okay, I said sure, go ahead and send it to me. He says, well, here we go. Here's the link on Amazon. Pay for it. Do your review and make sure that print is really smooth and really nice looking print, and then send me your PayPal and we'll reimburse you. I said, no. That's a paid review, and you're telling me basically in between the lines, if the print is not smooth and it's not nice and it's not presentable, which I can control by the quality of my printer, I can't control by the quality of your filament. If it's not, you're not going to pay me? No. And I said, no. I said, if you want me to do your filament, send it to me. I'll give an honest opinion. If it comes out beautiful, it does. If it doesn't, and I think it's the filament, I'll be honest and say that. So anyways, I'm not falling into those traps. Some people would, but I'm not. Anyways, rant over. 35, page 35. We're going to do the H extrusions, which I think were the ones that were on the back of this. Yes, they were. So we're going to put the H extrusions on here. Boom. And boom. I don't like getting into rants on my channel, but stuff like that bugs me. Give us a good review and we'll give you your money back. No. That's doing disservices to so many people. I'm glad to hear that, John. I mean, that makes your channel not that it's not. I'm not saying it's not at all. It is, but that makes your channel even more credible than it already is. When people hear stuff like that, that's great. Okay. Starting to look like the frame that I know and love. Yeah, I agree with you. Well, I have another guy that's contacting me all the time saying, here's some products. Pick any of these products you might want to review. I look at them and I say, yeah, okay, nothing to do with 3D printing. Just Amazon things. He's an Amazon seller. And I pick a few products. These are great. He says, okay, give me your PayPal and show me your purchase copy of and I'll reimburse you. I said, no. I'm not putting any money out up front for a product. If you want me to talk about a product, review a product on Amazon, whatever, send it to me. Don't sell it to me. 37 millimeters. Boom, boom. We're on the top. 37 millimeters. Well, there's not really. Okay, let's just do that. So we're going to loosen these. H extrusions are on. Now we got to make sure that we're 37 millimeters. So let's get in the calipers to 37 millimeters. To me, it's not about getting free stuff. Free stuff is nice, depending on what it is. But for the most part, if you're getting free stuff and you're giving a good review just because it's free, whether it's you're doing a disservice to people and to yourself in a sense. And my channel has a reputation that it's building up, and I would never threaten that reputation just to get free stuff. Okay, 37 millimeters. Okay, we're almost. I think I got to adjust this just slightly. So let's go ahead and loosen these two off. And this one. Okay. Let's do 37 millimeters. Right there. And on the bottom, 37 millimeters. Right there. Why am I not catching that? There we go. Let's do the other side. At least none of my preloads can fall out on me now. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Part of the reason, sorry, I just have to measure. Sometimes my brain can't do two things at once. Part of the reason I do live streams. I try to cut out some of the boring stuff sometimes. Now that moved a bit. Part of it is because if I make a mistake or something's not working crappy, it's real life, and it can you'll see that, hey man, he's struggling with that. Do I really want to get into that? Like that printer of mine that burned up. Had I not done that live, it might never have happened, and nobody would ever be aware that, hey, that's possibly a dangerous printer to buy. I mean, the thing practically caught fire on live stream. So, which is fortunate that it was live stream that it practically caught fire on. Because, you know, who knows what could have happened had I been just, okay, I'm just going to go to bed and film this, and then I'll edit my video and we'll do whatever. Because it had no thermal runaway. Things went wrong and would have been disastrous. So there we go. We are looking good here. Yeah, well, there you go, John. Exactly. You can't hide your facial expression. Nothing. I mean, and I like live because if I screw up and make a mistake on a live build here, like on here, if I'm recording it, you think I'm going to leave those mistakes live? No, I'll edit them out and I'll make everything just flow smoothly. Like dropping all my preloads. I mean, I would probably edit that out if I was just doing a video. Whereas this is like, okay, people are watching me live, or they're going to watch this back and say, okay, I got to be careful of those preloads because I remember that Tim dropped all his nuts all over the floor. And so, you know, it's kind of why I like the live aspect of it and sort of what I base my channel on. So it is what it is. If that grows the channel, great. If it doesn't, so be it. Okay, we've measured our 37 millimeters on all four sides. I think we're good so far. Why does that seem like it's a little off? Am I flat on the bottom here? I am, and I am. It'll all square itself out when I put the... Okay, here's where we got to preload a bunch of nuts. Okay, so we're going to look at the frame upside down like this. Looking at it from their perspective. Actually, it's more like this perspective. This is where we don't want to miss any preloads. Okay, 4M3 nuts. So we're going to preload a bunch of nuts here. Folks, do a whole bunch more preloads. I'll just do square nuts. I think I'll be able to protect them after. Creality said you were a POS because you said their Ender 3 Pro I got is only good for the frame to use as I like that. Oh, that's funny. Well, if they can't handle the truth, you know, Jack Nicholson, you can't handle the truth. Well, that's it. Creality's not in my good books lately. This whole cloud scandal is really put a sour taste in my mouth for them. So, you know, I don't know. Yeah, never worked good and modded to hell. Yeah. 4M3 nuts on this one. I'm gonna pay attention. I gotta read and pay attention and talk. I don't want to miss any preloads. I missed 2 preloads on the last one. I swore they weren't in the instructions, but of course, Jason proved me wrong. So 4M3. So I just got to zoom in. This is okay. Yeah, that's fine. Chain visibility. I'll do that. I'm just going to zoom in a bit here so I can make sure that these preloads are going in the right spot. 4 and 3. So I'm going to assume 4 on the back of this too. Shouldn't assume things, but I'm going to. If in doubt, you forgot these preloads on the back. Okay. One more laser review to do. You're really excited to test this one, then off to finishing the garage. Oh, nice. CNC plasma. I'm jealous of all your lasers, John, and your plasma. Anyways. My philosophy with these preloads is don't drop them on the floor, number one, like I just did. It's a good thing I have lots of extras. Is if I'm in doubt, I'll load an extra one because it'll be hidden anyways. One. If in doubt, have extra nuts out. Two. And three. And four. Okay, and then on this side, three. Come on. One. And the nut fell out again. Come on. There we go. The nice thing about this kit too is they give you enough hex and square nuts to use whichever ones you want. And there's lots of spares. Tons of spares. Two. Probably costs more in time to separate a bag of 100 nuts and do exactly what you need. I don't like when you build something. Let's take IKEA, for instance. We've all built IKEA furniture, I would imagine. It's probably harder to build than this printer. But I hate when you do something like that involves a lot of hardware. Oh, I did 4 instead of 3. Oh, well, that's fine. I don't mind a spare one. And they don't send you any extras. They send you exactly what you need. Come on. But, you know, the people would say, well, it costs, you know, if they send 5,000 things out and they have to put 5,000 extra nuts in, blah, blah, blah. But IKEA you can walk into and take nuts anytime you want. Okay, let's go back to where I was. And they want me to, over here, put in the bottom of the chain. So I've got to take this piece out. Come on. There we go. And we're going to use an M3. Let's put low preload in that here. M36. So we need to put a nut in here. And an M36. That's an 8. Those are 8s and my 6s. Right here. There we go. Yeah, I'm selling a bunch of 3D printers, John, as well. I was saying that earlier in the stream, including my CR30. I just want to, I need to get rid of some now that I've got some good, reliable printers I'm building. Okay. Actually, I'm going to, oops, come on. So we're going to go in the bottom hole. Why don't I just make life a little easier on myself? In this case, and just preload the nut. Come on. There we go. Just get the thread, get it started. We'll slide it in. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. There we go. Bob's my uncle. Slide that down, and we can tighten it in. I need my hex wrench with the angle on it. That's the bottom end of that bottom end of the chain. Oops. Make sure we're right down to the bottom. There we go. Okay. Okay. So we got that done. Now we're going to stand this up. Don't like that that's a bit wobbly. Although everything looks fine, there's nothing out of place. It'll square itself out. It'll square itself out. How often do you use the 0.4 millimeter nozzles on the Revo? I'm putting a Revo on this one. I've got a Revo on an Ender 3. I'm going to be selling that Ender 3, but believe me, I'm ripping the Revo off of it before I sell it or donate it. That may be when I donate, and I'll tell them you just need to put a hot end on it. Yeah, but I haven't really gone above them yet, above that size yet. I will be once I get all these things going, and I definitely am putting the Revo on the 2.4 for sure. Okay, preload. Okay, I gotta zoom in again, man. When you get to be my age, the eyesight goes. Okay, preload 3M3 nuts in the top of both of these rails. Three, 1, 2, 3. Let's move you guys along. There you go. I was going to put the Revo on this one, but I decided not to since I knew I was going to do the 2.4. I think the 2.4 is better suited for the Revo. This one here, if I have CHT nozzles that are larger in size, if I want to put a decent nozzle on this and a larger than a 0.4. Matter of fact, I got the 0.4 CHT on the rat rig right now, but I do have another 0.4 CHT that I'll probably put on one of these just to see. I like those nozzles; they work so well. I haven't played with the larger ones like the 1.2, I believe it is. Make Voron Legacy and build your 0.8 nozzle. Build your 0.8 nozzle printer. Oh, cool. I got to apply for my serial number for the other one yet. Oh, only 3. They don't want 4. Why did I put 4? I only wanted 3. Okay, 3 on top. Preload 3M3 nuts on this, just that one side. Okay. Okay, preload 3M3 nuts on the bottom this side. Oh, come on. I got so many parts on the floor, it's not funny. All my preloads that have fallen. Okay. 1. We'll probably just end up getting the frame done tonight, and then we'll be at our time. I may have to go off plan and do some of this during the week because the 2.4 is coming along, and I got to get parts printed for it, but we'll see what happens. I could build both at once on my Sunday stream. Wouldn't that be something, trying to do 2 at once? And 3, and how many did it say? Preload 3. 3 of those. Okay, along that one. Now you want the base. Okay, you want that bottom piece. So where's my knife? There's my knife. There we go. Cutting all this fancy LDO Motors box packaging tape. There we go. Oh, of course. And let's get this unwrapped here. Oh, for goodness sake. There we go. Why be pretty about it? Well, maybe that's why. They're all covered with, they've all got protective coating on them, so I'm not worried about that. This is the one I want right here. Okay, let's peel the paper off. See if I can do it in one piece. Miracle of all miracles. Oh well. I tried. So I've got till mid-July. So I've got a little about month, 6 weeks to finish this 0.1 and build the 2.4. Now, yes, that's probably tons of time to a point, but if I'm doing live streams with it, that's why I say I may have to do some stuff during the week if I want to stream the whole build, which I do definitely on the 2.4. There we go. I'm just being not so careful right now with this. There we go. It'll eventually all come off. So, yeah, so definitely if I want to stream the 2.4, I want to get that going obviously sooner than later, because I have a feeling, I don't know if it's a harder build. I think it's a longer build than this. Definitely needs more time for me to print the parts. I got to get the parts going. And I'm still kind of organizing because there's certain parts specific to the LDO kit, apart from the standard Voron kit that I've got to run. So I'm just to the point on my other computer at the office there of organizing which parts I got to print, and then I want to figure out what colors I want to do. So okay, so we got this guy, which is going in underneath in here in the extrusions right there. Perfect. In the bottom. Not harder, just more to do. Z-axis is the hardest part. Okay, cool. I can handle hard. Hang on, that didn't come out right. Okay, moving on. We got this part done. We preloaded our 3M3 necks over there. We've preloaded our 3 on the tops. Okay, we've preloaded the 4. I'm just double checking here. We've preloaded 4 and 4. We've preloaded 4 over there. It only called for 3, but I had an extra one. And we've preloaded 3 over there. Okay, so we have boom, boom. Okay, I think we're good. Those are for the panels, so that's fine. And I think we're good. Okay, we can move on. Page 37. B extrusion right here. B extrusion has 0 holes. Preload 4M3 nuts on the bottom. Okay. Preload, preload, preload. And let's see, the B extrusion has no holes that I have to worry about, so any one of these sides can be the bottom. 1, 2. Even when I'm not streaming and I'm working, everybody can relate to this, I'm sure. When I'm not streaming and I'm not talking to anybody on a stream, I still talk out loud like this to myself while I'm building something. 3. I don't know, it kind of helps clarify things a little bit. Helps reduce mistakes. And 4. Okay. 4 preloads. And then we need M310s. M310s for each side of this. Sparta 3D, eSun, or KVP. Yeah, that's this one that I'm running right here on this. This is Sparta 3D Sparkle Gray ABS that this one's made of. I also like 3D Fuel ABS is really, really good filament. That last printer was printed with all 3D Fuel ABS. This one I'm doing some parts in PLA, some parts in ABS, nothing in PETG. So 3D Fuel guys local. So yeah. Yeah, that Sparta Sparkle Gray is beautiful. That's what all these parts here are printed in. Okay, and let's see. D extrusions. So we have the 2 D extrusions. So the B is going on the front. No, hang on a minute here. Oh, I see. This is going in between. There we go. That's going to go like that. Let's snug these in a little bit tighter. And those are going on the front or the bottom. Are they going on the front or the bottom? The bottom facing channel. The skirts will mount to them. Oh, the bottom facing channel. There we go. Okay. So that's going in there like that. And we have D extrusions, which have the holes for snugging them up. Okay, the 2 D extrusions. Here we go. This is where everything's going to kind of square up. And then the D extrusions go. Oh, I think I forgot to put. Did I forget to put bolts in those? Those should be. Let me go back a step. Yeah, I got to put M310s in the top ones too, and the bottom ones. I didn't put M310s in those. I missed a step. See, that's why I got to be really careful. Oh, in the back and the front. See, I only put them in the back. Got to read instructions thoroughly. 1, 2, 3, 4. You haven't tried them all. Check it out. I'm doing Galaxy Black Fluorescent Blue Sparkle for your 2.4. Wow. Nice. Those are good. That'll look good. I haven't decided on colors yet. I got to pick colors for the V2. For the 2.4, sorry. Okay. So let's preload these here. Let's get this in. This one. This one. This one. Okay. There we go. Now we should be good to drop and rock. Yeah, there we go. That's the right side, and that is the, hang on, upside down. Don't want to mess that one up. Wouldn't have a hole to screw into. And that one. Okay. Okay, now we snug these guys up. Come on, get in there. There we go. And that brought the whole thing together. Okay. Let's just make sure, snug them up. There we go. Okay. Now we gotta, I believe the next page is going to tell me to confirm my preloads. Yes. Okay. Let's confirm the preloads. 6 M3 nuts up top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 up here. 3 over here. 2 in behind, right in the back. Yeah. Okay. 3 over here. Yep. Okay, and then the next one we have, looking at it this way, we have 3 and 3. We have 1. We have 4. 3. I have an extra one in there. That's okay. We have 4 across there. We have 4 across there. We have 6 across the bottom. And we have 3 in here and 3 in here and 1 up here. Okay. Confirmed. Confirmed. Okay. Look at that, just on time. The frame is finished. One thing that I always miss, and I've got to check, is this is the side where the door latches to. And on my last build, I did not put any preloaded nuts in here because I don't remember it telling me to, but apparently on page 50, I have to see what, 54, I think it was pointed out to me. Yeah, it was on page 54 to preload those nuts. I got to not forget to preload those nuts this time, or I could just do it right now. Or I could just do it right now. Yeah, I'm going to do it right now. Just because. I'm doomed to forget again. So if I preload 4 nuts right now, it's not going to hurt anything. It's not going to be in the way of anything, I don't think. Where's my moderators? Doom and block. Done. Okay, Joe, have a great evening. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I guess that's is that a sign that your channel's getting bigger when you get spammed? I don't know. Shouldn't be flattered by that. Yeah, I know. I made it big. Yeah. Jeez. I think I maybe need to moderate a few more of you guys. I think Jason's a moderator, and I don't think he had to leave, and that's we'll just worry about that. Okay, there's my 4. That way I don't forget them down the road. Okay, we are at the point 3 hours in where it's not bad. I got this all done in 3 hours, and we're at the point now where I've got to start the well, let's just, why does that still feel? No, we're still good. We're still good there, which is what matters. That'll be leveled out by the legs. Just feels like there's something a little off on this. I wonder if one of the, could be my bench too. Could be my bench. Yeah, because right there it's fine. Okay. Must be a spot on my bench that I hit that on. So there we go. Okay. Well, we are at our 3 hour mark, our 7:55 mark. So we've got quite a bit done. Don't do that to me, microphone. There we go. Microphone wants to just fall. What the heck is with that? Ooh, there we go. Anyways, we're gonna call it quits at this point. Most of the others are gone right now. I think they are. Yeah, I can. Let me just, let's just do this. I can. No, how do I do that? Oh, I guess I got to be on. Let me just see something here. YouTube. My stream is live right there. And I think I can go like this and go boom. And like this and go boom. So I've just added 2 of you guys that are here on a regular basis as moderators. Just to never have too many, and I trust most of the regulars here. Let's see. And we'll do Joe. And it's nothing against anybody, but I just don't want to have too many moderators. But you guys that are regulars, I'm fine with you guys having moderator rights. That's good, because sometimes I don't always catch those things if I'm focused on something else. So, but we made some good progress. We got this part done. Now we get to get into some fun motor building and stuff as we go. We get the X carriage. We should get. Let's see what we got going. We got the AB drive going next. Let me fit this to the page. We got the AB drive going, which will go pretty quick. Yeah, those will go pretty quick. Actually, we should get quite a bit done next week. I think next week I will also start the hour early, and we'll see what more we can get done. Meanwhile, through the week this week, I will... oops, I don't want to lose my place there. Where was I? There, and there. Meanwhile, throughout the week, I will print some more parts for the 2.4 build. I don't understand why these bots last more than an hour without YouTube banning. I know. I really don't get that either myself. So I've got a lot more. I'm going to be printing more parts like this. I just finished a bed of these on the Prusa. These are the clips. I'm always confused as to which part is 3mm and which part is the 2mm panels. So I just print a full set of 3mm, and I'll print a full set of 2mm panel parts because it takes very, very little filament. And I'm just doing these in PLA. So we're going to have white, basically white outline and white panel with the red, with the gray inside, and some black mixed in through. So it's very little filament. They're all over the floor now, but I'll pick them up. Very little filament to print these panel parts, so I thought, what the heck? I'll just print a full set of 2mm and a full set of 3mm, and then I have it all covered. And whatever I don't need will be spares. But leave it to me. I'm in a dropping mood today, and I don't know why I'm in such a dropping mood. I'm dropping everything. Here, I just grabbed these few panel parts. There we go. Yeah, the white looks good. The white turned out great on these panels. So hard to see white filament on the camera. Anyways, that's what we're going to do this week. We'll print some more parts. I'll try and get some parts. Started for the 2.4 build, if I can figure it all out. And that's that. I'm going to shut this light, because that's kind of a distraction in the background there. So dropsies. Yeah, I got to go down. I've dropped all sorts of preloads. I must have 20 nuts on the floor. So I got to go get some dinner. I'll get them after. So, but we made some good progress today. Got a few other things to do, and next week we should get a good, that was a tedious part. A lot of it today was putting the linear rails on, the screws and linear rails, preloading a lot of the nuts, picking up my nuts after I dropped all my preloads. But we should be able to get into some of the fun stuff next week. But I'm hoping this color scheme that I'm thinking of doing is going to work. As I say, we have this sparkle gray, which that's that sparkle cloud gray from Sparta. Is that going to focus on that for me or no? It's being a pain, this camera. But it's a really nice. There we are. You can kind of see the sparkles in it there. Nice gray filament. And then we have that combined with the, as I was saying right now, just with the white pieces, which is really, really hard to see. Oh, because my light is right up there. And then I've got some, I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do for the hot end, but I've printed one black piece out for that. And I also printed, where did I put it? The white piece. So I've got one of each until I decide what I want to do, which way I want to go. So and those are all ABS, of course, for the hot end parts. So we'll figure that out. So anyways, we're at my cutoff time, 8 o'clock. Got to go get some dinner. Thanks so much. Better than yours, US. Appreciate it, and I appreciate you hanging out. Yeah, lavender would look sweet to do frame color. Yeah, would it ever? Anyways, I've also got some gold ABS, which looks pretty cool, but I've got to think what I want to do on the 2.4. Maybe it'll be a gold theme on it. I don't know what color frame. I'm getting space gray on the 2.4. So space gray, I'm wondering if space gray and gold would go together. Anyways, I'm going to have to, I don't know, take a chance or figure out what color I want to do. So it's all good. Anyways, thanks, guys. I'm going to go eat. We'll talk to you guys next week. And I appreciate everybody for hanging out tonight on the stream. It's been great. And that 3 hours went by super fast. So I'll see if I can. I will start again at 5 o'clock next Sunday so we can get locked on like we did tonight. Because as I say, I want to get this done so that we have time to do the 2.4 before the Maker Faire in July. So appreciate everybody hanging out. And we will just trying to find my end screen here because I like to click it. Anyways. Thanks, guys. Listen, we'll talk to you guys next Sunday. Have a safe week, everybody. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.